Debt collectors do not want you to know this information. The FCRA is only the tip of the iceberg when it comes to removing stuff from your credit report. If you are serious about removing these collections from your credit report, well, in this video, I'm going to uncover the secret truths of the FDCPA, which is the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. The FCRA is 50%, the FDCPA is the other 50%. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a deep dive. We're going to uncover these truths to help you get better results. So what we're going to do is we're going to uncover the other 50% so you're not left in the dark. Let's go. Hey, what's going on, family? My name is Michael, aka Mr. Drake Visions. I'm the other half of the credit team. Well, you don't see me that often on videos, but you see me on live streams, and if you work in my company, you probably heard my voice once or twice. What I'm going to do is I'm going to complete the other half of what Dave teaches. Dave teaches the FCRA, and now that you guys are getting comfortable with it, I thought it was time for me to come out and teach the FDCPA. The FDCPA is kind of like the FCRA, but what it does is it doesn't govern the credit bureaus, it governs debt collectors. All right, so to understand the FDCPA, you will need to know what an original creditor is and what a debt collector is. And I'm going to show you guys some tips and tricks on how to get your results. But first things first, we got to pull our credit report. I'm going to pull up a credit report using Identity IQ. The link is going to be down in the description. I want you to follow along so I can show you what a debt collector is and an original creditor. All right, let's go. All right, y'all. So what I'm doing right now is I'm showing you what a collection actually looks like. Now, I'm not a lawyer and I cannot give legal advice. This is just something I did for my clients. It's to give you a reference point of what you can and can't do. If you have any collections on your credit report, please contact a lawyer to see what your options are. Okay. And this is just for information purposes only. Okay, so let's get into it. So this right here is actually a medical bill of one of my clients. Because I do not have any collections on my credit report, I had to use somebody else's. So a lot of this information, I can't go through it entirely, but I'm going to show you what it looks like. And then I'm going to show you the laws. And then I'm going to show you how to use a letter to effectively knock out this debt. All right, y'all ready for that? All right, let me know in the chat. All right, if y'all find this valuable. Okay, cool. So this is the collection agency. Of course, it's in the name. Some collection agencies don't have the collection agency in the name, but the original creditor is somebody in South Carolina. I think this is a medical collection. Okay, so how you will spot it is the original creditor will be here. If it's the original creditor, this will be blank, kind of like this dash. But this is the original creditor. This is the collection agency. Okay, so on the face of this, right, there is no violation yet. Okay, so with the FCRA, what you will have to do is you will have to get your 3 credit reports, and then you will have to compare them. Okay, so the FCRA is for mistakes in your credit report, but the FDCPA is Debt Collection Practices Act. There are certain things that a debt collector is supposed to do when you are trying to get something removed from your credit report. Number one is one that happens often. When you dispute the debt, a lot of debt collectors do not mark it disputed. Okay, so as you can see, the status was updated March 2022. Now, in this comment section right here, if this client disputed this debt with the credit bureaus, according to the FDCPA, it's supposed to be marked disputed. Now, this is going to be what I'm going to show you for the whole video. So I will show you how to even write up a letter. So what I'm going to do in the video, so we see right here that we spotted our first violation, and this is the first collection we looked at. Okay, cool. So now what we have to do is we have to find the address of this company. It's probably at the bottom of the credit report, but this company did not mark the information disputed. So we have to see, and this is why sending certified mail is so important. It's like critical. when you send something to these companies, they're supposed to mark it disputed as for the FDCPA. So now we're going to go over to the FDCPA and I'm going to show you exactly where it says they're supposed to mark it disputed. And if they do not mark it disputed, then you have your first violation. Now, there's two ways you can go about it. Number one, you can write a letter and you can submit the complaint through CFPB. All right. Or number two, you can get an attorney. And if you want to pay the attorney fees, you can let them know what happened and how it happened. Okay. If you send a letter, and then they didn't mark it disputed, then you got your violation. Okay. All right. So this is Cornell Law School. This is the one that we just normally use. Be sure to check and see if anything has been updated. But normally we would be in subchapter 3, which is credit reporting agencies. But we're going to do debt collection practices. Okay. All right. So now we saw that the debt did not have in the comments, it didn't say anything. It was like blank. So if this client sent a letter off before they sign up with us, then they have a violation. And this violation is 15 USC 1692E, false or misleading representation. Now, how do you find it? All right, cool. So this is called the E8. All right, so this is section E, and then we're going to come all the way down to 8. Now, a lot of this stuff is important, but for sake of time, I'm just going to show you this part, 8. All right, so this has got to deal with communication with a debt collector, okay? So, zoom in. So, communicating or threatening to communicate to any person credit information which is known or which should be known to be false, all right? Now, this is the part that I want you to focus on, okay? Including the failure to communicate that a disputed debt is disputed. So if you send a letter to the credit bureaus and the credit bureaus send the letters to the debt collectors, everybody has to make sure that the information says disputed, because everybody needs to know that whether you're going to get a house, a car, or something like that, somebody needs to know that that you are in the process of disputing this debt. All right. If they do not put it on your credit report, it's a violation of your rights. Okay. So this is the classic E8 claim. That's what we're going to call it. Okay. So if they don't communicate that the disputed debt is disputed, that is a violation. Now, a violation of the FDCPA. So now a violation of the FDCPA is you can get $1,000 or something like that. But I'm not going to show you guys how to do it because I'm not a lawyer. All right. So this is something I've been doing for my clients. If you wanted to be one of my clients, we're going to come out with a program to help you guys. All right. At this point, Dave has a bunch of videos where he shows you how to write up your dispute letters. So what I want you to do is I want you to go to Identity IQ. I want you to download your credit report. I want you to go to the comment section of all your disputed debts. And I want you to see if you send off a letter, but it's not marked disputed. If it's not marked disputed, then you have a violation. Now, what you do next is you can go over here to CFPB. So now I'm here at the CFPB. All right. So what I want to do is you want to go down to start a new complaint. So from right here, I'm going to just put in my information and then I'm going to show you guys. All right, so now we're on the CFPB website. And what we want to do here is we found our violation. The company did not mark the information disputed. That's a violation of your rights. So we want to come here. I'm going to just show you something simple that you can use to help you get better results using the FDCPA and the FCRA at the same time, okay? So we wanted to go to credit reporting. Okay, cool. So we want to go to credit reporting again, no services, no that. And again, y'all, I'm just giving y'all more tools for y'all tool belts, okay? So what we want to do is problem with a credit reporting company's investigation into an existing problem. Yeah, I think that's what we want to go with. All right, so you guys can choose the best method for you. I'm gonna either probably end up choosing the investigation took more than 30 days because the item wasn't marked disputed, or I'm gonna say was not notified of the investigation status or results. I'm gonna just try this one for right now. Have you already tried to fix this problem with the company? Yes. And your letter to that company was your first time trying to fix the problem. All right. So what happened? Okay. I'm going to time skip on this so you guys don't have to watch me write it out. All right, y'all. So I put some of that information in. Let me show y'all what I did. This is the collection agency name, the original creditor, account name and number. I want you guys to use all this information, but I'm not going to put it because I don't need to, because yours are going to be a little bit different. So I just wrote up a simple complaint or whatever. I said I submitted a dispute with blank 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 company on blank 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 date. Just give a lot of information. Once you give a lot of information, they will it better handle your account. Okay. And you say something like, I just checked my credit report and I see that the item is not marked disputed. So I am unsure if the company is following the law, because 15 USC 1692 EH states communication or threatening to communicate to any person credit information which is known or which should be known to be false. But that ain't what we talking about. We're talking about right here, including the failure to communicate that a disputed debt is disputed. They didn't communicate that. We send a letter in, they didn't communicate, that's a violation. All right, here's my account info to use during your investigation into this matter. All right, put account name, number, whatever, date, open date, last date, blah, blah, whatever, right? And then what would be a fair resolution to your issue? I want this debt deleted. And then you can put your old letters, certified mail, tracking numbers and stuff like that. So you can have all the documents you need in order to get what you want. All right. So this is how you use the FCRA and the FDCPA to get exactly what you need. And I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I promised you something at the end. I got a bomb for y'all. Okay, let's go.